welcome to TJD. We watched Vampire's Kiss.
I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Yes, the 1988 Nicolas Cage film, the horror comedy Vampire's Kiss. Drew?
I have a question there.
Yeah.
Do you think it's intentional comedy?
I think up to a point it's intentional comedy, but when you get to that nightclub scene, things take a weird fucking... Well, even before then...
The whole movie's fucking weird.
The Alva in the maintenance room scene is probably where things take a turn for the worse.
What do you mean, rape?
Yeah, because rape's not funny.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
Remember how you didn't think that he did it? And I was like, well, I don't know. He pulled that cross off, and then it just cut to him running through the streets yelling, I'm a vampire.
You want me to summarize this movie?
I suppose. Good luck. Actually, there's not really that much to it.
No.
It's, Nic Cage is a publishing executive, and he's visited and bitten by a woman and starts exhibiting erratic behavior. He pushes his secretary to extremes as he tries to come to terms with his delusions. And the woman that bit him continues to visit, and his madness deepens. And
he wants his fucking contract.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very adamant about that.
It's like,
but it's too late, Jake! Yeah. It's too late!
Too late! Too late!
That was like 85% of the movie.
Just the contract.
Really wanted that fucking contract.
He didn't need it.
And he wanted to make her life a living hell.
Yeah. She's the lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was trash.
It was trash.
But it was endearing trash.
Well, let's not go endearing.
Maybe not
endearing is not the right word.
Give me a better word.
It was fun trash.
It was fascinating.
That's better. Because endearing means like you grow to love it.
Yeah, that's not the right word.
No.
Do you think he tried?
Who, Nic Cage?
Yeah.
I think he gave it more than he should have.
I wouldn't call that phoning it in.
No.
But you could still be bad and be a good physical actor.
I was going to say, a perfect example of phoning it in is Edward Norton in The Italian Job.
I never saw The Italian Job.
He's in it because he was contractually obligated.
Oh.
And he literally just delivers his lines. No emotion, no nothing. He just I'm here. So, it kind of sucks because everybody else tries. And so it just is so stark that you're
fucked him over eventually, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, his reputation finally got around to it. So
it's too bad, though, because I think he's good when he tries.
I think he is a good actor, but at the same time, being an asshole catches up with you.
Oh, shit, it does?
Yeah. Why do you think Mickey Rourke didn't get work for a long time?
Because he fucked his face up.
That's true, too. But
and he was an asshole.
Same with Val Kilmer. He lost a lot of work, because he was a fucking asshole to work with.
Harvey Weinstein.
Well, that's a different type of fucking.
But he's an asshole.
Yes, that too.
Lost all his work.
Rape's not funny.
No, rape is not funny.
All right.
This movie, though.
Yeah?
Pros, cons.
I will give a pro for Nic Cage's overacting.
Pro?
Yeah.
If he wasn't interesting to watch...
this movie would
be awful.
It would be nothing. It would be absolutely nothing.
I mean, 90% of this film is Nic Cage just fucking with himself.
He's the only thing that drags the movie along, if you think about it.
Alva?
Yet, if you didn't find any of that entertaining, you will not find any entertainment.
No.
It's not a good movie.
No.
It's pretty garbage.
It's also really hard to... I'll say a con. It's really hard to follow at times. You wonder, we wondered as a whole, 35, 45 minutes into the movie, what's actually happening? What's going on here?
Well, there's people that aren't there then they are there, but they weren't there in the capacity you thought that they were there.
Or they don't do a good enough job, like, establishing different characters. Like, we got confused who was the girl he was seeing and who was the vampire chick.
Right.
We got that a little bit confused.
They kind of look similar a bit.
Bad casting? I mean, they could have cast somebody different, like more.
I don't know that it's necessarily the actor's fault, but whoever picked the
I think
cast, yeah.
I think it was scripting fault more or less than casting exactly.
I got a con.
Yeah.
That fucking accent.
Oh god. From what I read, it was a character choice Nic Cage gave. That because he says his character's originally from Pennsylvania. So that's not a Pennsylvanian accent. And,
no, I've never heard anyone talk like that.
Jake, you went to Philadelphia for a week, so...
So I'm an expert?
Yeah! Did they sound like that?
100%.
No,
everyone in Philly sounds exactly like Nicolas Cage in this movie.
Not to get political here, but he sounds like fucking Trump.
He does sound like Trump.
Sorta.
Yeah. He just sounds pompous, like he knows everything, and that was the choice Nic Cage made for him, is when he is trying to be assertive, authoritative, and convey power, he did that, but there are times you see him slip, he says, and that was when he got too comfortable.
It's kind of like a karma chameleon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
it comes and goes.
It comes and goes.
Not he. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does come and go in this.
Yes. But it.
Right.
Jeez.
Did he just leave her there?
Yeah, in the maintenance room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like he left the woman in the nightclub.
He grabbed her cross necklace and just took off.
No, I don't think he took off. You think he took off?
Yeah. I think he stole the necklace, left the building screaming, "I'm a vampire."
You really think he took off?
Yeah.
I don't think he took off.
You think he did his business?
He told his psychiatrist, "I raped a woman." Now, I don't want to get into an argument of how do you define rape, but...
I mean, as far as he went already, he pretty much had.
He sexually assaulted a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Bare minimum, he sexually assaulted a woman.
I'm being very careful.
It's good.
Yes. Because he's wrong, but when he used the word rape, I took that to mean that he had done other shit after that. That could just be me, though.
I think he just took... Like, he was so excited that he finally was a vampire, he just grabbed that and ran.
He ripped her blouse off, and I don't know if that's what he meant when he was talking to his psychiatrist about that whole thing.
And yeah, he trying to bite her neck and everything, and...
Clearly, he's an unstable lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And second of all, he wasn't even talking to anyone. He was talking to the wall.
Yeah.
What he thought was a psychiatrist.
Yeah, but he was telling her what he thought
he
had
did.
happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Not good.
No. He did murder that woman.
Oh yeah, he killed somebody.
Yeah.
So he's not quite as bad as Patrick Bateman.
Actually, I think Patrick Bateman's more redeemable.
Patrick Bateman is more redeemable.
Because there is a little bit of, did Patrick Bateman even actually murder these people? Like, there is ambiguity with it. Like, was it all in his head, or did he actually do it?
Okay, I will give you that. But if he actually did what he did,
yeah, he's awful.
Way fucking worse.
But at the same time, at least, like, he knows what he's doing. He's not like...
Patrick Bateman does?
Yeah.
I don't know. He also calls his lawyer at the end of that movie and said that he killed a bunch of people and that he ate somebody's brains, and you're like, what? It says a bunch of shit that didn't happen, and then he plays it off like it was a joke, and you're like, hey, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
But any evidence there may have been or would have been is not there.
Right.
And that's where it's ambiguity. Did he actually do it?
Or is he just a rich, yuppie asshole and somebody just made it go away for him?
Which is also true.
I don't know. It's almost like a metaphor. But I'm not a scientist.
Wait, what? Why you have to be a scientist to understand a metaphor?
I'm just being an asshole.
Analyzing.
Yeah. Send it to the lab.
Con? Pasties.
Yeah, fuck that. You
I
want to
mean,
show me your garbage artistic vision? You show me titties, goddammit. Which one of the ladies did, but one of them did not, and it's uncalled for.
and also what pissed me off is they use the same fucking scene twice. So it's like, okay, I obviously know this is the same scene.
Because he's wearing the same clothes.
Same clothes, they're in the same situation. She's wearing the same fucking clothes. They're in the same position.
Was it a pasty or a bra?
No, she was brought. It was just attached to just her breast,
Okay.
so it's a pasty.
It was like tape that went over.
Yeah, they covered it all up.
Unacceptable.
Looked like a big Band-Aid.
Yeah, on her breast.
Yeah, I'd call it a con.
Scott Conn.
I've never been so soft.
With Scott Conn or the bandage?
Scott Conn.
Oh, okay. So you're not a Hawaii Five-0 fan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
No.
It's not on anymore, is it?
TV show still. Like the new one, yeah.
They're still doing that?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Wow.
Did better than Blood and Oil.
I don't think they're still doing that.
I think they are.
Well, do you watch it?
No.
Oh! Oh!
Do you, I will fact check. And I will
This
let you know.
sanctimonious fucking dick.
I don't know if you want to go toe to toe with Ty on stuff. You've been wrong on this
Hawaii
pod
5-0?
before.
I think it was canceled.
Hawaii
But-
5-0.
It could possibly be canceled.
Still going.
Get the fuck out of
They're
here.
on season 8. Yep.
Who the fuck is watching that show?
I don't know.
Not me.
Alright, whatever.
Oh.
It has Jin from Lost. Right?
Yep.
Good for him. I'm not going to watch it, but good for him.
Yeah, it's still going. It concludes May 18th for this 8th season. So.
Oh, of course it goes like right up until we decide to mention it.
Yep.
Fuck my life.
What did you guys think about the female actors and actresses in this movie?
Oh, I thought you were just meaning one. I was like, which one?
The female.
Well, there's Rachel and then there's Elva.
Alva.
Alvin.
There's Vampire Lady.
Yeah, Rachel.
There's
Oh.
Sharon.
Who was Sharon?
Well, Sharon's the chick that shows up at the end when
At
he's
the
having
psychiatrist's
delusions.
office.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then he was immediately arguing with
Yeah.
her. Dude, this movie's fucked up.
Then there's the psychiatrist who was getting some young tail. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, that dude was, what, 21?
Yeah, and she,
I did not see that coming.
Robbing the cradle?
I don't know if they needed to add that, but they did.
It was like, what the fuck?
She takes a call from Nic Cage, and she's just talking him about booking an appointment earlier, and all of a sudden you see this buxom young gentleman come up and be like,
I
"Hey,
don't know, buxom. I don't know if buxom's the right word.
Thunder from down under, young gentleman.
Busty young gentleman?
yeah, titties. You see that?
Well,
I think they're referred to as pecs.
Oh yeah, man, titties.
can you imagine him at like a gym? Hey man, nice titties.
Where'd you get your titties at?
The fuck did you say to me?
I've been working on my titties.
Yeah. My titties need work.
I need to go to the muscle store.
Oh.
Huh. Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
No, but what did you guys think of the actresses?
I thought Maria Conchita Alonso was pretty good.
Yeah.
I've always liked her in pretty
Yeah.
much
Mhm.
everything I've seen her in.
She definitely conveyed like a sense of terror and dread
Right.
very well.
She's like one of the most normal characters, I
Mhm.
think. Other than like, I would have quit that job.
I would have quit that job in a heartbeat.
Way before anything.
Thing is, like, I think she's meant to be like 21, 22, because she's like still living with her parents,
Mm-hmm.
which I know like Hispanic heritage, like it's more of
It's a close-knit, like,
family home,
yeah.
everything. That's just a cultural thing, or it was more prominent. So I understand that, but at the same time, I think she, like, they're like, you need this job so you can, like, get.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Still quit.
Yeah.
Like, for God's sake, it gets to a point where you're like, no. Even if you want your kid to get out, they don't need to be... Your boss doesn't need to chase you into a bathroom. Or you don't need to...
Threaten him with a gun.
Right.
What about that old woman? She's like, I will shoot you. And that old woman's like, what the fuck is going on? She just leaves.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
see her one other time in the movie.
yeah. Well, she, right after that scene, she comes back and she's like, everything okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's like, why are you leaving, woman? You stay right there and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, that old broad's not going to beat Nic Cage in a fist fight.
But 2-on-1, she can be a witness.
And did you watch the same movie I did? What Nic Cage does to people?
Nic Cage has that lunatic strength.
Oh.
He's downright insane in this movie.
No.
Mhm.
This is this the first Nic Cage overacting film?
I don't know. You said he'd done, what, 8 or 12?
8. I think around 8 films before this.
I would have to watch all those.
Well, one was Raising Arizona.
Which there's parts where he gets a little...
One was Moonstruck.
Never saw it.
He banged Cher. I think Cher won an Academy Award for that.
For getting banged by Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
They're like, for your contribution to America. For taking that crazy dong. Wait, they don't fuck in real life?
Yeah, no. Not always.
They're not taking a lead pipe for real?
No. Oh.
Oh, God. Yeah, I never saw that.
No.
Was he a lunatic?
Like, he wasn't like this lunatic, but his character was a little unstable. Yes.
I mean, put yourself in Nicolas Cage's shoes, which is a horrifying thought. But you're kind of...
I'm gonna buy a castle.
Yeah. You're kind of, I won't say up and coming, because you've already done some shit that you're getting known for, but you get a weird random script that's like, hey, this guy goes crazy, and he thinks he's a vampire, but he's really just a fucking idiot, and...
He's just a lunatic? A homicidal lunatic?
He might have thought, like, this is my chance to go fucking completely off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
And just do whatever crazy shit that I want to try and see what happens. And at the time, nothing happened. But now it's kind of, I don't know, is this a... It's got to be a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it has become one.
I've seen the clips of, you know, the alphabet, A, B, C, D.
When they fucking memed his face when he's talking in the office with Alva.
Yeah, because he looks like he's about to eat
Yeah,
someone's face.
He looks insane.
Off.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it.
I will accept it.
Well done.
Yes.
I hate you, though. Oh, you disgust me.
But arouse you at the same time.
Yep.
Speaking of arousal,
Oh, segues.
Nic Cage goes into his psychiatrist's office, mentions an incident he had while he was trying to fornicate with a woman, and a bat shows up, and he claims he was aroused by the bat when it flew in.
Probably the shittiest bat I've ever seen.
Yep.
It looked like one of those, like, slippers that is shaped like an animal that they put on a string and they ran it along the top of his apartment and then just pulled it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
It was.
Was it better or worse than the Goonies bat?
I don't remember the Goonies bat.
I'm gonna say that
Or
it's
bats.
worse than Goonies.
Well, you could actually see the strings. Could you see the strings on this one?
I thought that there was a time or two you could.
You knew it wasn't a fucking bat.
No, it wasn't a real fucking
I thought
bat.
it was real.
Sweet innocent Drew.
Oh.
They didn't use real bats in this movie.
Or
lead
speaking
pipes.
of arousal, that little boy seeing the naked girl out front of his apartment.
Kind of scared me for a minute there.
No.
Easy, Jared Fogle.
Why don't you have a seat?
I know you had Subway, but goddamn.
I didn't have Subway.
Yeah, I know. They didn't know, though. Thanks for fucking that up.
Anyways.
Can't I just paint you as a sexual predator?
No.
You gotta ruin all my fun?
What would you have done? You're like a 10-year-old boy and you see a naked woman sitting outside some guy's apartment that lives below you.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I said hi.
Hi?
Did she say hi?
No.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah, she goes, bats. And
Yeah,
because she's drunk off her ass. And so
she was giggling and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
They were going to bang. Which was the longest fucking cock tease.
yeah.
They're taking off their fucking clothes and terrible kissing and just...
With no payoff.
Yeah, that shot just fucking lingered. This film is 25% fucking filler. This film easily could have been 80 minutes.
Yeah.
However many fucking New York City landscape shots.
Transition scenes.
Transition
driving
scenes.
in taxis all over
Holding
the place.
fucking scenes for nothing.
I think Tommy Wiseau was inspired.
Possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. His acting is on level with Nic Cage in this film.
To be or not to be?
I am a vampire.
Oh, man. Can you imagine Tommy Wiseau playing Peterloo?
It would have been another hit.
It would have been fucking incredible.
Or nobody would have ever seen it for 10 years like the other one.
Okay, now, you're with me on this, right? Nic Cage deserved to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was an awful fucking person.
And he would just probably kill somebody again, right?
I mean, he already killed somebody.
I'm just saying he's gonna do it again.
And then he has that fucking mental... Whoever the fuck... Whatever the fuck that is, where he's talking to a girl that he went to high school with, but not really... What?
Oh, like, the vampire was, like, a girl he saw in high school, or he saw on one date or something. I couldn't quite figure it out. His
Because it's never
ramblings...
explained, really.
Yeah, his ramblings make it sound like they knew each other in high school. And it's like, oh, okay. So, like, did he idolize this girl in high school? Or what? Like...
Nobody knows.
But the thing is, then you find out he went to school in, like, Pennsylvania. So that, it's like, wait, that makes no sense. Like, I mean, I understand New York, but the matter of the fact that he'd find her in this nightclub that night is so fucking random.
Maybe that's what caused him to go off the deep end.
So,
No, he deserved to die.
yes.
Absolutely.
But what I was going to say is that girl, when he had that little... He has these, like, mental conversations that aren't really conversations with anyone. It's him mentally thinking that he's talking to someone. But he was telling the girl...
what we all do.
Yeah, right.
You guys don't talk to yourselves?
Not like that.
Hey, hun, get in the shower with me. Yeah, you can join.
God, that'd be sad.
That was so weird.
As you just spank it yourself. Hey, honey, come in here.
Not too far from reality. He laughs so hard because he knows that it's true. He's like, this poor
Did
motherfucker.
you spend the night one night or something?
I'm like one bad morning away from eating a fucking shotgun. And everybody fucking knows it.
Or a cockroach?
Or a cockroach, yeah. Same effect.
I mean, it's just... Nic
Or a
Cage.
pigeon.
Nic Cage does that because he went crazy.
Or
Or a pigeon.
How did I forget he eats a fucking pigeon?
I would have, like, how did he eat a fucking pigeon? Like, I know, obviously, Nic Cage did not eat a fucking pigeon, but...
I've never seen a pigeon. Can you just walk up and pick one up?
They're pretty ballsy. They'll, like...
Oh,
let
really?
people touch them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like covered in fucking disease.
This motherfucker is wearing vampire teeth and just grabs a fucking pigeon. And it was a real pigeon because I saw him walking his little fucking pigeon feed. And he just picks him up, puts him in his suit jacket, and walks home with him. And we're like, yeah, he's gonna eat that fucking pigeon.
Sure.
I'll be goddamned, he ate that fucking pigeon.
Yeah. Shows the trail.
And then he's like, he feels sick. It's like, well, you ate a fucking pigeon.
Right, you're going to die.
Do you think it was raw?
Yes.
Yeah. This fucking lunatic had the mental capacity to be like, I better fry up that pigeon before I eat it. Hell no.
He defeathered it and just ate it.
Why
did he defeather it? I just assumed the feathers fell off when he was fucking eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Did you see the way he ripped into that one chick with his teeth? The chick in the nightclub?
Thought you were talking about something else.
No.
She deserved to die too, right?
I mean, you're just hanging out doing coke alone. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not really hurting anybody.
But she could have murdered somebody that night. She could have drove.
Are you fucking Minority Report now?
Yes. I'm over here using my screens.
He's trying to justify his future
bloodlust.
Killings? Bloodlust. Yeah. That's better.
He goes around trying to kill people. He's like, they were going to kill someone anyway.
Tell me a little about yourself. Are you kind of a bad person?
Have you ever, been in the back of a nightclub snorting heroin?
Heroin? Snorting heroin? Easy there.
He's fucking Matt Damon from Dogma. You didn't say thank you when I sneeze, or bless you when I sneeze.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Any reason to do it, right?
Yep. God, that's a good movie.
Yeah, he deserved to die.
She didn't. That was obviously a joke. I don't know.
She's just wrong place, wrong time. Don't do cocaine alone, kids.
don't do cocaine alone and then have Nic Cage show up.
Yeah, even like in real life, it's probably not a good.
Also, that scene in particular, how that almost worked. Like Nic Cage almost was gonna hook up with that girl.
Yeah, she was digging his whole fake hunchback and teeth. And
that kind of pissed me off too.
Yeah, I could tell.
I'm like, yeah, you just wander in with fake teeth.
He's like rubbing her neck.
He fucking punches the bouncer at the front of the fucking club.
Because that would work.
Yeah, no one comes after him. Bullshit. That guy was like twice his size. He's dead.
I would have taken a hard fucking nap in an alley somewhere. That would have been it for me.
And then no one is like, he's literally covered in blood, and no one's like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, covered. Like his clothes, his mouth, everything. Everybody's like, yeah, this is fine. This is normal.
He's got like a red goatee, basically.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is normal. Bullshit.
But no, I don't think she deserved it, and god damn. I just realized I've been trying to say the same thing and I never actually got it out. So he has those conversations with the vampire girl, but he doesn't really. And she said, you're really going to do this every night. So yeah, I think he probably would have just kept killing people.
Yeah.
Like acting like he was feeding.
Yeah.
Because he set a fucking alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went out and killed that chick at the club. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
He said, I will for you, or something like that. I can do it. And then she's like, I'm so disappointed in you.
And she's like, I don't even like you.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie, from this jump, I kind of figured out he was having some psychotic breakdowns. Because because I was confused at first, but when he went to hand her the coffee and she wasn't there anymore, I'm like, he's fucking imagining this girl. But then that's where I got confused, is when he went to the art gallery with the actual real girl he had been seeing.
Right. The second girl that kind of looks like this other girl.
Mm-hmm. That's when I got confused. I was like, oh, wait, was she real? Was she not? I'm confused. And then...
Yeah. And to make it more confusing, later in the movie...
And maybe that's what they did intentionally, is they wanted him to look similar so that people were confused.
Well, he's probably got a type.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but Sharon wasn't exactly that.
Sharon...
was not that type.
Sharon's not real.
Sharon would have died.
This would be very jarring to you.
Wait, Sharon's not real.
At the time Sharon was introduced into the movie, Nicolas Cage was rambling on a street corner with a blood goatee and a giant piece of wood. And that's 100% factual.
So Sharon wasn't real.
No, Sharon's not real. Unless, I don't know. Fuck. Because at one point the vampire girl showed up and was just a real person. And we were like, why the fuck? What? And then she's like, oh my god, it's that guy. I don't want you to be here because you're obviously mentally fucking ill. And you're covered in blood because you just fucking killed somebody.
I just love when he's quote-unquote talking to Sharon in his apartment. And he's like, of course I wouldn't want to have kids with a woman like you. And it's like, what? Like, what?
He can't even keep a fucking... He ruins his imaginary relationships.
Well, because she kept prodding about, what do you mean you became a vampire?
Well, he's obsessed with, like, being close with somebody, with finding, like, someone to love. And so he sabotages any actual chances he has of fulfilling that craving.
Way more depth than this movie deserves.
But that's what it is, though.
You are right. He did... His final speech was pretty much that.
And he clings on to anything. Like his imagination just clings on to the newest thing that just arouses him. So like he was with that woman, she aroused him. But then when the bat came and he became aroused by that, that's when he thought of woman, bat, both aroused me, quote unquote, vampire.
Man, bat.
Yes. Man bat.
The man bat?
Yes.
You ever play those Arkham games?
Yeah, of course I did.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you're swinging around and that thing will randomly fucking scare the Jesus out of you?
No.
No?
No. When did that happen? Like, which Arkham?
I think it was Arkham City. No? Arkham Knight?
As I say, I'm playing Arkham Knight, but I don't remember that.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, wait until it happens.
I know Man Bat is a thing though, so
yeah, he was fucking horrifying.
This is the very first character introduced in the Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very first episode.
But
God, I have that on box set. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So woman, vampire, woman, and that happened to be somebody he either went on a date with or he knew somehow, because she seemed to know him once he actually meets the real version of her.
Right.
So then, when he meets the cabbie's like, this is my lovely or whatever, this is my wife for the last 15, 20 years or whatever he says. Mm-hmm. And so then he wants to find love. So then instead of just being with the vampire woman, now he wants to marry her. So that's why he dives deeper into wanting to become a vampire.
Just because the cabbie told him the story?
Yeah. And so, like, psychologically, he's like, I need to find love. Yeah. Which, this is way too depth for this fucking film.
Way too depth.
Yes.
You've done it again.
Johnny Depth.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How about way too deep? You don't like that as much?
Because I'm trying to keep...
What? This is, yeah. Song reference?
Sum 41.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. Oh, yeah, I do know that. Yeah, it's too bad.
I'm trying to keep a good thought in my head.
Wow, you know Sum 41.
I do know Sum 41.
I don't know why that surprises me. It's usually Train and some other fucking...
Matchbox 20.
Goo Goo Dolls.
I have very eclectic taste. Diary of Jane.
Diary of Jane?
Diarrhea of Jane.
Diarrhea of Jane.
Yeah. Better song.
Better. No.
That was deeply upsetting.
Diary of Jane.
The whole thing.
Oh.
The whole conversation.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
But, yeah. I think his mind tried grabbing what it could that would be normal, but he also was just really fucked up in the head, too.
Well, you think about it, like he was trying to remember that first girl that he sees, and then he has a date with her or whatever. They fool around, and then they go to an art gallery, and he leaves her there,
And then he calls her on the phone, apologizes to her, tries to set up another date. He gets himself ready, and he's going out the door to go there, and that chick lures him back in.
Then he decides to go back up and spank the monkey.
Yeah.
Because that's better than the real thing.
No.
You're right. You'll get no argument from me.
Oh. But yeah, pretty much that's what he was doing, right? He was spanking the monkey.
Oh, yeah, he was jerking off and thinking of a vampire chick.
Mm-hmm. That he
I'm a
went
vampire,
on one
I'm a
date with, or he
vampire.
hooked up with.
And maybe that's why he bit the pillow. Oh my god! He was imagining her biting him. And then, because I remember the pillow was over his crotch.
Yeah, but he was holding it up here.
And I thought that he might be jerking it. And now I'm thinking maybe he was jerking it. And they just showed you right there, but you didn't really know.
Well, but his hands were up here. Does he have a third
Yeah,
hand I'm unaware of?
Well, maybe he finished and then bit into the pillow. I don't fucking know.
I like to think he has a third hand that was
Okay,
jerking
fine.
him off.
In this movie? Yeah, maybe.
Or his imagination was just so vivid that he forced himself to come.
Is that possible?
I'm sure all things are. Like, I mean, you see how in-depth he was into it.
Man,
I was going to say something, and I didn't say it.
that'd have been a whole different life. If I could have just done that with the... I'd be a lot less jacked.
Well, you'd be jacked off.
That's true. Well, actually, no. Like, you just think about it and it happens.
Like, because his visualizations are so detailed that, like, he tricks his mind into thinking he's actually having, like, sex.
My imagination's not that powerful.
Yeah, but it's every time he's like in bed and he's having like from what it looks like he's having an orgasm. The chick's just biting his neck. She's not like riding him or anything.
Huh, people get off on weird shit.
I mean, what is it? 40 Days and 40 Nights? He gets her off without even touching her.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I know.
I wanted to scream it. I've never seen such horse shit in a movie. 30 Days of Night was more believable than the shit he did with a feather to that fucking woman. I don't give a fuck if you're Josh Hartnett.
It was a rose petal as well. It wasn't.
Oh, that changes everything. No.
30 Days of Night sucked.
I never said it was good.
No, I'd rather watch 40 Days, 40 Nights than...
A rose petal, though.
No, that scene
let's
is...
be real.
That scene is complete bullshit. I'm just saying, it's a better movie.
The flip side, though, if I hadn't jerked it in 40 days, a soft breeze might do it. A rose petal would definitely do it. That's the only scenario where my mind is going to be able to get it. I don't need to touch anything. Like, if I'm carrying groceries, the wrong... It just raises me just a little bit. And Mountain Dew will make me blow a load. A bag of lettuce, perhaps.
Just two cantaloupes.
2 cantaloupes.
Right next to each other.
Well, that's actually sexually suggestive. I don't even think it would need to be.
You're really out there with your sexual preferences.
No, not preferences. We're just... It's the scenario game.
Do you think you could go 40 days, Jake?
Oh, God. I would be so fucking irritable that it would not be in anyone's best interest.
Talk to you.
No, it would be bad.
Oh.
A week?
Do it for Jesus.
I could do... Yeah, no. He'd understand. Maybe.
Maybe.
A week, maybe.
A week?
Yeah, I can do a week.
Do it for charity.
What charity?
Blue balls for kids.
Blue wife.
What?
Whoa. Well, I have...
That's from TESD, man.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Well, that has a real conflict of interest with my personal beliefs, so I'm going to have to decline that. I'm just going to jerk off. I think that's better for my future than doing anything for a charity called Blue Balls for Kids.
Okay. Somebody's going to pay you $100 to go 40 days. Would you do it?
How are you going to prove that I'm not? I mean, if you want to pay me $100...
Oh, trust, like you said, you'd probably get more irritable, so...
Would you be able to tell that I was more irritable?
That's true.
Yeah.
You can make a TV show about that.
Yeah.
You just have to wear a body cam at all times.
Oh, that'd be
I've
not
seen-
good for you. Because eventually I'm just going to be like, fuck it. I get $100 and now they're going to watch me jerk off. It's a win. No matter what they
You're
lose.
like at day 38, you're just going insane.
No, if you do it, you don't get the money.
Yeah. You have to go 40 days.
You wouldn't pay me up front. Huh?
No!
You think we're fucking stupid?
If you're giving me $100 to not jerk off for 40 days, you're fucking stupid.
I've done this plenty of times before with other people. They make it all the way.
Wow, that's an odd hobby you have.
Well, between that and
I really want to make your nuts fucking hurt.
between that and Korean street racers, I can't. Those are the only ways I get it up anymore.
Yeah. What are you doing with the street racers?
I just watch them. That's what gets me going.
Okay.
Jake seemed very uncomfortable.
No, I'm just gonna keep jerking it. Doing it for you, America.
Make sure while you do it, check your balls. You don't want cancer.
And
Oh yeah, nobody wants that.
and while you do it, make sure you say, "I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire."
Okay.
Ugh.
Speaking of vampires, did Nic Cage not sound like fucking Keanu Reeves from like Bram Stoker's in this?
Bram Stoker's, dude. That's a porno that's just waiting to happen. Bram Stoker's Sacula.
God.
Where Dracula drags his sack across the girl's face.
Yeah, and then they turn into vampires that way.
Wow. That's a potent nutsack. They could turn a woman into a vampire.
It has fangs. That's why they call it Sacula.
That's fucking stupid. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
You watch it.
Oh, I
You
watched
would.
the shit out of it. God, I've seen a movie where a chick had teeth in her vagina. She fucking ripped people's cocks off with it. We've seen Zombievers. You've seen this fucking piece of shit. I'm not fazed by anything
You
anymore.
won't watch Tugrats?
Again, Tugrats goes against my personal beliefs. In that I don't want to feel like a pedophile.
But they're adults.
I
That's
don't
completely
care.
justified, Jake.
Yeah. Call me an asshole. I don't want to do any of that. Huh. It's like that cartoon about babies.
What? Cartoon about babies? What the...
Rugrats.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? What did you think I was talking about?
But Tugrats are all adults.
I don't... It's based
It's
on...
the principle.
Right. It's based on... It's just like if there was a... Actually, that's not true. I was going to say if there was a porn about the magic school bus, but I'd be all over that shit. Because Miss Frizzle would be fucking wild, and you know it.
Miss Frizzle gets your dizzle.
Sure.
Frizzle.
Yep.
Your cummizzle.
You know Carmen Sandiego's coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. It's coming to Netflix.
Nice.
Coming.
Wait, the cartoon or the game show?
I don't know.
The porn parody.
Yeah, the porn parody coming to Netflix. We're changing our business model. We're going to hardcore porn.
Hardcore?
Hardcore. It's better than hardcore. It's like a horde of hardcore. Whatever the fuck that means. Hardcore. Or it's just a Canadian hardcore.
What the fuck happened to this one?
Which Canadian hardcore would not be like American hardcore? It's like a step down from that.
But they ask her, like, I'm going to give it to you, eh?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, please give it to
You
me.
wanted
eh?"
hardcore.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that sex. You wanted it a hardcore.
Aren't you supposed to say a boot?
Yeah,
A
a
boot.
boot.
Yeah, you're right.
You hoser.
Oh, that was upsetting to remember. I've watched that fucking movie. Oh,
We got any more pros and cons about this movie?
what do you say about this movie? Like,
It's
it's fucking more bizarre than it sounds.
yes. It's
There's-
like when you hear vampires kiss, you like actually think it's a vampire. This really is not a vampire film at all. It's literally a delusional, psychotic film.
With some vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Not very good ones.
No, that he uses to murder people.
Well, he didn't have enough to afford the good ones.
Yeah.
Would you say it's closer to American Psycho than a vampire movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
It's because it's businessman, mental illness, that type of thing going on.
What year did American Psycho come out?
Oh,
like
man,
90s, right? Early 90s?
99, 2000, something like that?
Yeah, so. Well, it had to be before 2000, right? Because didn't they make an American Psycho 2000?
I think they just made American Psycho 2, and it was Mila Kunis, wasn't it?
American Psycho was done in 2000.
Okay, never mind.
When did 2 come out?
2002.
Okay. And it was just called 2, right?
It was called American Psycho 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it was Mila Kunis.
You thinking of Halloween?
Is that any
2000?
good?
Maybe.
Does she look hot killing people?
I mean, Mila Kunis is always going to look pretty good, but I think William fucking Shatner's in it.
It's got an 11% on Rotten.
It's probably not then.
Nope. Hey, you know
You know
what?
who the director is?
Who?
Morgan Freeman.
That
The-
cannot be
the
Morgan
Morgan
It
Freeman.
says Morgan J. Freeman.
Oh.
But it's still Morgan Freeman.
Well, that's like I saw Butterfly Effect too.
Oh, how was that?
It was awful.
Yeah?
It was
How
bad.
do you feel about the first one, though?
It's okay.
I like
It's got
the first one.
problems, but
Yeah.
you're fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Like
okay
it
with it.
deserves most of the shit it gets, but like I can watch it and be like, it's all right.
I like it more than I thought that I would have liked it.
Actually, I think I liked it less. I was a big Ashton Kutcher fan for a while.
Oh,
Like, and so like,
that's what the trucker hats are for?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, and the stupid ass pranks I try to pull all the time.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You were a prankster?
Mm-hmm. You know, like telling Justin Timberlake that, you know, he's having all of his shit repossessed and
They took his dogs? You remember that?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in the episode?
Yeah.
I remember they take all of his furniture and
You
even
remember who the guy was that was pretending he was, like, with the IRS?
No.
It was Dax Shepard.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit.
I just happened to see that the other day. And was like, wow, I remember this. That's Dax Shepard.
And no one knows who he is at this time.
Pretty much.
What are you guys referencing?
Punk.
Punked.
Oh,
There was
I didn't
that-
watch a lot of that show.
There was an episode where he gets Justin Timberlake. He gets him fucking good.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake was pissed.
He was about to cry.
He got Kanye pretty good too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
There's-
was Kanye... Actually, yeah, Kanye would have been around when
Mhm.
that
He
was still
even
on.
got Zach Braff, but Braff did not take it very well.
That was always the most interesting part, was the people that were kind of dicks about it.
Mm-hmm. His, like, they removed his Porsche, put a different one in there, and they graffitied it.
Right. Yeah,
Braff did not.
there was some kid,
Yeah.
right, that was pretending that he did it, and yeah, he was kind of a prick to that kid.
Mhm.
Granted, I'd be fucking
Mm-hmm.
pissed, but
Yeah, I think I remember them saying they cut it short because he went a totally different way than they thought he was going to go. Because Faison helped set it up, so
right.
yeah, they're like, oh, this did not go where we thought it would.
I did not expect to ever talk about Punk.
Nah.
No,
But that's why we have a pod.
Fascinating.
yeah. Do we want to scene? I mean, this movie, in general summary, is psychotic breakdown by Nic Cage and tormenting of his secretary, which really is secondary, but it's probably it's the second most important storyline because it leads to the ending. But
think about the movie if they would have cut out all those parts with the secretary. I don't think you would have had any fucking idea what was going on.
No.
I think the secretary part was really there to like solidify like
he's an
hey,
asshole.
he's crazy and
Yeah.
a dick.
Mm-hmm. Do not feel remorse for this man.
Right.
So,
because outside of that, you're just kind of like, I don't know what this is, really.
mm-hmm. Honestly, you probably could cut this, though, without him dealing with the secretary.
There's a lot of time you can cut out of it, yeah, for sure.
This was what, like an hour and 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably get 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just get rid of it. Not that it would be amazing regardless, but it'd be...
You would have to film something to get to the ending. Actually, not even really. Because, like, the way he sets it up, you could just, like, because they cut away to the brother doing what he does, but really you could just, like, make a, like, have him put it there, make a cutaway, and then cut back, you know, totally cut the brother out of it, and he just stabbed himself through.
Oh, I see.
So...
Spoiler.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, honestly, could get rid of that whole plot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would also have to redo the scene where he confesses to the rape, but...
Alright. Go for it.
There's so many good scenes in this. I didn't really know which one to pick. I'll just pick the one where he's in the psychiatrist's office, where he's talking about how somebody misfiled his contract and people should file things in an order, and then he goes off this long tangent of the whole alphabet. And he's very animated and very eccentric while he does this. He has hand gestures, and he puts his hands on his hips, and he's shaking his head back and forth and screaming angrily. And he's like, I've never misfiled anything in my life, and not once, not one time. And he goes, I want to know who misfiled this thing. And she goes, I have no idea who did it. And he goes, you don't know? And she goes, no. And he goes, well, I guess you're not a very good psychiatrist.
Right.
Which really makes no sense. But he's a fucking lunatic, so...
Mm-hmm.
So we'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say when he grabs a fucking pigeon and takes it back to his apartment and eats it, just because of how random and jarring it was. I don't even remember the context of what the fuck he was doing in the park. Do you?
That's where he ripped the bag up to get to
Oh.
the teeth. And he just goes feral.
He puts in fake teeth after struggling to open a paper bag. He acted like he was cracking it like a fucking coconut. I don't know what the fuck.
Or
he
got a drug score or
Like,
something like that. He's ripping
or it
open
was
the
a fucking
package.
Christmas present.
Yeah. But he finally gets it open and puts these fake teeth in and starts, like, darting around this park. And it's... Nicolas Cage is kind of a big dude, so it's kind of weird to see him fucking lumbering around super quick. But he just picks up a pigeon and puts it in his coat and walks back to his apartment, and then it cuts to feathers and blood and Nicolas Cage with these teeth in, and his mouth is all bloody, and he just ate a random pigeon. And I guess he was that him working his way up to people?
I think
guess?
so. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Oh, fuck. You guys took... Oh, you took some of the good ones.
There's one really good one.
There is.
That street corner.
Yeah. Where he's talking to the psychiatrist again.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll do that one. Yeah. He's lumbering around with this piece of wood, and that he stole off a plank or
kicked it off a pallet.
A pallet. And he's asking people, begging people to stab him in the chest because he's a vampire. And no one will do it, obviously.
We're still wearing the plastic teeth, too.
And his mouth is covered in blood. He has that red goatee.
The blood beard.
Yeah. and his suit's covered in blood as well. And he just is lumbering, and he walks into the side of a building and starts just chatting. And then it cuts to a scene inside his mind that he's in the psychiatrist's office. And he's talking about how he's not going to come there anymore, that it's been a waste of time, that he thinks she's full of shit, that he really just needs to find love, and that will solve all of his problems.
Right.
And then the psychiatrist, is like, oh,
You
the
figured
patient,
it out.
yeah, and the patient after you wants the same exact stuff you want, and her name's Sharon, and she'll be great for you. Let me make you meet. And then Sharon shows up, and he's like, oh, Sharon, what a great name. And then, they meet, they have, things in common, and he, she says something like these things she enjoys, and it cuts back to him on the street corner. It keeps cutting back to him where he's clean shaven and everything, at the psychiatrist's office, and then to where he's on the street corner just looking like shit. But he goes, wow. And
it's hilarious.
And it, his eyes, his face, that's him in his bad version. And he's just holding a piece of wood underneath his arm, and it just so fucking stupid. And
it was pretty great.
Yeah, that part was great.
yeah. And then he goes on to, people are walking by him and just looking at him strange, but he confesses to his psychiatrist, oh yes, I raped somebody. And she's like, oh, whatever. It was throes of passion.
Yep.
And it was like,
what a great,
so, he's
great
rationalizing to himself what he did.
Right.
And then he goes, yeah, then I also thought I turned into a vampire.
And killed somebody.
Well, he goes, that's a whole thing I'm not going to get into, but I did murder someone. And they're like, experimentation or something like that.
She goes, there's a lot of people in New York
who die.
And it's like, oh.
Is the world going to stop because they die? And he's like, oh, true. And it's like, what? And Sharon's like, wow, you have been, busy.
Can you imagine telling a woman you just met that you're actually interested in? Oh, I raped and killed someone last night.
Well, yeah. No.
Let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
But then he leaves with Sharon. They're having a nice talk on the street. And then by the time they get back to his apartment, he's fucking yelling at her.
Right. In real life. So,
yes.
His mind has already played out who the fuck knows what.
Mm-hmm.
And he's arguing with himself.
He's like, God damn it, Sharon!
Yeah, when he yelled that on his porch, that was pretty great.
Oh.
Dude, I would not approach him.
No.
If you saw
Although
a
if he
hunched over Nicolas Cage at 3 a.m. with a blood beard and fake vampire teeth, are you crossing the street to the other side?
To get away from him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was on. I thought you were saying I'm on the other side. I see him on the other side. Fuck no. I'm I'm good over here.
No, he's coming towards you. You go to the other side of the street.
Yep.
But it's Nic Cage, though.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Especially if it's Nic Cage now. Because who knows what the fuck Nic Cage today will do.
Buy an island.
Allegedly.
No, he did buy
Well,
an
I mean,
island.
what he would allegedly do.
Oh, okay.
Nic Cage is probably fine. I think he's just eccentric and weird, kind of. But
yeah.
I think he's fine.
I bet he's a cool dude to hang out with.
I think he actually cares about acting.
No, I think he does too.
I think a lot of people give him shit because they don't think he's very good.
I think for a while though with the IRS, he was taking any film he could get because he was trying to pay them back. And I think that's what hurt him is because it wasn't that people thought his acting was shit. He was just in such shitty movies that you associated his acting as poor. But he was trying to get out from under the issues he had created for himself.
Con Air, though?
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah. Great film. I bust a nut to that.
Yeah.
And I could have picked it.
But it wouldn't have been a bad... literally, it's not a bad film.
Con Air is like your next pick, you could do Con Air. When it goes back to just...
And we all would have a giant circle jerk. Well, triangle jerk.
I would gush over that movie. You have Dave Chappelle. You have Danny Trejo. You have Ving Rhames.
John Malkovich.
John Cusack,
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. The fuck do you need?
Nic Cage. You forgot to
Nic
say
Cage.
Nic Cage.
Thomas Jane?
Oh, Tom Jane is in that, isn't
Uh-huh.
Put the
Fuck.
bunny back in the box.
Thomas Jane was in Face Off too. They had a couple movies together in the 90s. Oh,
Yeah,
that makes
wow.
me happy.
he? What happened to Thomas Jane?
I like Thomas Jane.
I did too.
All right.
All right. So, a little fun facts about this film. Do you want to guess what its budget was?
I already know.
I know you know.
Is it single digit?
Yep.
2 million.
Wow. Did you look off my phone?
No? Is
Oh.
it 2 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
Guess how much it made.
Oh, shit. Like, total?
Yeah.
Like, theatrical?
Yeah.
He didn't make a profit, I'll tell you that.
Oh, $5,000.
$5,000? No, higher than that.
Higher than that? 10 grand.
Still higher than that.
30 grand.
Way higher than that.
Way higher?
Yeah.
100 grand.
Still higher.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. 200.
Still higher.
500.
Still a little bit higher.
600.
Higher.
7.
725.
Did better than I thought.
Yeah, still not good for a $2 million budget.
No, but that's really not as bad as I was thinking it would have been.
But on IMDb, it has a 5.9. It has a 31 on Metacritic, a 61% critic review on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 54 audience. Which I could see this film splitting people. That's why it's 50-50 pretty much.
Yeah, I think the midnight crowd would fucking love this movie.
Oh yes. And that's like it's became just a calling card for like a cult classic film. So
Do a double feature, The Room and this.
oh fuck.
That'd be great.
That'd be fucking insane.
But yeah. Anything else you guys want to add? Do we want to talk about this before we go into reviews?
I think we've said all we could possibly say. I mean, there's not a ton of depth to this film.
No.
I think we've been pretty thorough.
Oh yeah, so that 15 minutes we talked about porn and jerking off was all about in depth for this.
It was
Yeah.
very thorough.
It really describes the substance of the film.
There's not a lot here.
Nope.
I mean, there kind of is a lot, but movie-wise, there's not a lot. You'd have to watch it, basically. We can't run down the fucking lunacy of the shit that goes on in this. It's kind of just, you have to see it for yourself, because I've seen clips of it, and I didn't think it would go as fucking nuts as it did,
Mhm.
and it went off the deep end, for sure.
All right. Well, Drew, this was your pick. Go ahead.
I just wanted to pick something that was, I don't know, kind of outside the box, and I'd never seen this. I just kind of looked up movies that are fun to watch and terrible. You definitely get that with this. Nic Cage's overacting is the thing that drives the movie forward. There's not a lot of semblance of plot. You can't really understand or distinguish what the hell's going on for most of the film. It's just a lot of presence from Cage here, just kind of yucking it up. That was really the only thing that kept me invested in it. But I mean, the guy who directed it, Robert Bierman, never did anything after this, so it doesn't really say too much about his directorial prowess. But I don't know. It was a lot of fun watching Cage, and I'd probably give it a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Drew said, it's a roller coaster when you're trying to figure out what the fuck is real, what the fuck isn't, and like he is a deranged man, and that allows Cage to just go off and be, I would say, vintage Nic Cage, but at this time there was no vintage Nic Cage. This was Nic Cage.
This is fresh Nic Cage.
Yeah, this is Nic Cage starting that persona.
Yeah.
And it's intriguing to watch, but it doesn't make for a great film. If that makes sense. Like, it's like, oh man, I'm watching a train wreck, but that doesn't mean everything here is great.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend a watch of it.
Right.
If you're really into like that fucked up, like, what the hell is this shit? There will be parts that will drag. Like we said, you easily could cut 20 minutes out of this film and it would have been welcomed. But it's still worth at least one watching. I'll do the same. I'll go a 5.
Nice. Yeah, it was completely insane. You get Nic Cage at his wildest and craziest. I've seen some Nic Cage shit, but this is up there in terms of off the wall antics. But the thing about Nic Cage is he's so fucking charismatic, and he always seems like he's trying, except for knowing he wasn't fucking trying really. In movies around that era, like that time period, he kind of felt like he was phoning it in almost. Mainly because the IRS was like, where's our fucking money? Or allegedly, whatever the fuck happened. But it's, I don't know, plot-wise, there's not really that much going on. It's a guy that's really mentally fucked up. And, you know, as interesting as that could be, it's not always entertaining. But I think, like you guys kind of said, Cage kind of carries it, kicking and screaming on his back. Not necessarily through acting ability, but just the fucking randomness and dedication, I guess. I'd call it dedication.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go all out.
Right.
So.
I will be certified lunatic crazy. But yeah, it's
just like how he did kill himself during leaving Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, he actually died?
Yeah.
That's how he got the Academy Award? Good for him. But, yeah, it's one of those that if you're one of the people that can appreciate bad movies and kind of laugh at things that are not great, then you'll probably enjoy it. If you're not, steer clear.
Yeah, you'll hate it.
You'll want absolutely nothing to do with it because there's nothing else. Nobody else carries this. So, in that sense, I'll give 2 ratings as well. If you're with friends and you appreciate those type of bad movies, I'd probably give it a 6. If you don't like those type of movies and you're watching it just on your own, I'd probably give it like a 3.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say if you watch this movie for anything, though, just watch it for Cage's antics. Or even, like, YouTube his scenes where he goes nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's probably a compendium clip of all of his outbursts.
A compilation.
Right.
God, he's a fucking psycho in this movie.
Yeah. If you've seen the meme of his wide eyes and his head tilted back.
And his mouth agape.
Yeah,
That's from this movie.
And we were just waiting for that scene to pop up, so...
Yeah.
God, I felt so bad for Alva.
Yeah, that poor girl.
Go to any other job.
Absolutely.
All right. So next week is my pick. And I'm going to pick one I've seen in theaters, and I own this film, actually. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I know Jake was a little unsure about it when we first heard about it. And I'm going to be straight up front, probably didn't need to be called Jumanji. Now, do I think it doesn't do Jumanji justice? No, I think it does. But again, we'll see next week when we're all together and we watch it. So I know Drew hasn't seen it as well. So
I'm curious to actually see it finally. Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh.
It took a while because it was in theaters for so long. So until Black Panther, it was like, it opened number 2 because it opened the weekend of The Last Jedi.
Oh.
Or it opened the weekend after The Last Jedi, so that was still carrying over.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was number 1 until Black Panther.
Wow.
So
it did well.
Oh yeah, it did very well. So, I think that'll do it for this week. Like, share, subscribe, YouTube, Libsyn, Gmail, tjdmoviereviews@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter. Anything else I missed? Pornhub. Coming soon. YouPorn.
Coming soon.
Yep. I didn't even think about that. No, we're staying off X-Hamster. We don't want to kill people's computers.
Too many viruses.
Yeah.
Personal experience?
I'm
No.
inside your computer.
Oh, that's...
That's disturbing.
I don't like that.
You like it.
I also just thought if we were on Pornhub, it'd be like, also recommend Tugrats. And that would be deeply upsetting.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Are you gonna tag that shit?
I should.
When you throw it up?
I should just throw a pod on Pornhub and see what happens. People are putting the Super Bowl and shit on there anyway.
Because no one's going to go on there.
That's true.
You should put man bites, woman gets aroused.
Yeah.
It's our review.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that'll do it for this week. I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Bye.
Alpha!